Well, it doesn't even make sense. I watched an interview with Bill Maher when he interviewed President Obama, and Obama mentions, that's what I'm always telling Bernie Sanders. I'm always telling him, look, I've mentioned many times, if I would have built for a reformative health care plan for the country from scratch, I would have probably went with a single payer plan, right? But I always try to tell Bernie, we don't start from scratch. We're taking over where we are now. We have all these issues. It's a whole moving, breathing industry. There's people that sell health insurance, there's doctors, there's nurses, there's anesthesiologists, there's fucking uh, people that fucking polish the Mercedes of the doctors, there's the fucking people that do the oil changes for the Lamborghinis of the doctors, there's people that change the tires for the Rolls Royces of the doctors. Doctors aren't overpaid.
Three, two, one, go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, subscribers. Welcome to the Brainstorm podcast. My name is Ryan Smith. Get your umbrellas out because you're about to experience the brainstorm. Let's go. I just want to add a pre-disclaimer. Guys, just want to let you know that little technical difficulties caused the first 10 minutes to be recorded in an echo chamber. Best we could do because the feedback we got on set here in Washington in the mobile studio was just a little too annoying. So you get to hear me sound like I'm talking in a locker room talk. Remember that? Except I'm not going to grab anybody I'm not going to touch anyone, period, as a matter of fact. Because that's not very, very appropriate or possible when I'm talking to you on an audio podcast. I also would like to remind everyone my mission of this show is to not take the side that the left and the right normally take. I like to play a little devil's advocate for both. I mean, I do have a master's degree, so we know which side I'm going to be on. I'm not going to sit here and rail against social progress. It's kind of weird to be against being a progressive, isn't it? Does that mean you're against progress? Oh. You guys down south, you do still resist the banning of the cousin marrying. I don't know if it's progress. Certainly for you it isn't, obviously. Or if it is, you don't welcome it, which I suppose is the case. But unless it's your gay cousin, because we know that would be a completely different story. You can marry a cousin as long as they're not gay. You guys, I know you don't like progress. I know you hate science. But what a strange thing to be all about. Do you ever wonder if the people that represent you might just need a bunch of rubes because they're so outnumbered? You can go, what's the most redneckish state? Alabama? You ever go to Birmingham? I hung out there a couple times. Very liberal city. It's redundant when you say liberal city, you know? Cities. That's where you see all that gay stuff, like art and music. And theater. Stuff that the liberal elite, God forbid, they like to educate themselves and become cultured. But something happens to you in a city when you're cultured. You get mugged. No, there's a reason that all cities are like that. It's because cities are what I believe the real America is. I drove to Colorado from Kansas and Missouri. I drove there through Nebraska and Illinois. My God. If that's the real America, those 600-mile stretches of nothingness, then, I mean, you may as well say that Alaska's the real America or Baghdad's the real America, because when I fly over the country in an airplane, sometimes I see a bunch of lights. It's a city. followed by vast stretches of nothingness. And I do not like to look at the real America as vast stretches of nothingness. So, once again, part one of the disclaimer. You're going to hear echoes for the first 10 minutes, but I will intrigue, so you'll forget the echoes are even there until you hear this nice, clean studio sound come back. Part two, just because I just put the red people, the R's, on the ropes and banged them in the head like they were Muhammad Ali at age 38, that doesn't mean that that's going to be what I do in this show. Guys, that does not work. They're stubborn already. Call stupid people stupid. That's kind of part of the stupidity. They're not going to, have a moment, like an aha moment, and say, tell me more about my stupidity, and what opinion should I change? Guys, we're becoming just as bad as them. We're rooting for the goddamn political sides like they're sports teams. Like, all right, so what are we supposed to root for this week? I want to encourage people. Let's hear issues. I know the right's not actually against free healthcare. I know some people that actually understand the issue might be against paying for it because they know how complicated it is and expensive it is, but the majority of the people that scream out no socialism could not define it if they were in a dictionary next to the word and had Bernie Sanders on their shoulders. And they also are the ones that benefit from the socialist programs the most. Alright, there goes disclaimers A and B. Get ready for disclaimer C, D coming up. And then we'll eventually start the show. Alright guys, Anchor.fm, my home podcast platform, my favorite of all of them, by far. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's by Spotify. It's their podcast wing. Has everything you need in one place. Let me explain. Has all the tools you need to record and edit the podcast right from your phone or your computer. There's so much you'll see on YouTube about needing this microphone, that microphone. No, Anchor has it all right in the app. I'm telling you, the quality that it can pick up in your voice right from a normal phone, it's unmatched. No app I can download can record with the precision of Anchor. And when you're hosting on Anchor, you can describe your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple, Google, radio host, even more. It's just everything you need to make a podcast, guys. It's all in one place. It's the best. And guess what? It's completely free. Download the Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. Once again, anchor.fm, that's ANCHOR.fm to get started. All right, guys, welcome. Today we're going to talk about healthcare. I want to start off with a disclaimer. I am from New Jersey, and my crude ancestry on that armpit of the country, it causes me, and I say that lovingly. You guys aren't allowed to say that. It's like the N-word, the armpit of the country. Don't you dare say that in vain. That crude ancestry has given me, apparently, my producers told me, the inability to say, let me try this again, the word forward, like the opposite of backward, forward is how I intend to talk about a company that is going to be my sponsor, that is told me that they love the exclusive partnership idea, but they have a problem with the fact that I keep calling them Ford. They think it sounds like some type of car company. Well, I certainly don't know any car company named Ford. When you're moving forward, you're not moving backward. When you're moving backward, you're not moving forward. Ford trucks. Oh, wait, no, not that. Not that. Forward. Healthcare that makes sense. Preventative. That's what we'll be talking about today, guys. And I want to let you know that I am going to start off the episode by bashing the conservatives and bashing the liberals, you idiots that can't make up your opinion without it being told to you these days. Didn't you remember we're not supposed to talk about politics and religion in public? It's impolite and most of all unproductive, non-productive, unproductive, unproductive, I believe would be the word. Blame the armpit again. Fuckers. Curse me. Master's degree and I can't speak. All right, let's move forward. See what I did there? I set that whole thing up. All right. I just want to say that you guys on the left, I remember when Trump said, you never would have believed healthcare is a complicated thing. Oh, is it complicated? Trump, is Mandarin complicated? Is the fucking periodic table complicated? Guys, I get it. Was it like funny to just keep making fun of them, you bullies? Isn't that one of your stupid issues, bullying? You idiots. It is complicated. You know, the fact that he'd say it out loud is a little odd. Yeah. It's like standing on your head juggling flaming bowling pins is complicated. You wouldn't have to usually say it. But if you did, you wouldn't be wrong. It wasn't wrong. Guys, and I want you to close your eyes. Liberals, please, stay with me. Close your eyes. Go to your happy place like you are in your goat yoga classes. Namaste. Picture Obama saying it. Picture Obama saying, you know, this healthcare is a real complicated thing. You hate him for it? No, you don't. You don't. Because that's what he said in his interview with Bill Maher. He's a little more articulate than Trump. Like, he doesn't just use the word, like, fantastic as his only adjective. But it does have 3 syllables, so at least he's not saying it's really good all the time. Although he probably says that too. Obama said in an interview with Bill Maher in 2016, about 2 weeks before the election, if my memory serves, which it normally does not. Fuck you. That, like I tell my friend Bernie, Bernie all the time, if I could start healthcare from the beginning, I'd probably look at a single payer system. That's what he said. But Bernie always forgets. We don't start from the beginning. We start from where we're at now. And where we're at now, it's complicated. Guys, you agree on this. Your smart, articulate president and your colorful orange president, we'll call him, they both said the same thing. One used words and one used a word. They meant the same thing. They're talking about doctors for years have been climbing this pay ladder to the point where we have surgeons making millions of dollars. Nurses can work 4 12-hour shifts and one of them is counted as overtime, so they're making $80,000 a year. Your anesthesiologists can do the same thing. They're making $150. It's kind of complicated because that's a lot of money, not to mention the health insurance industry is a for-profit industry that sells insurance and employs 1 million people in every fucking major city in the country. Well, that's not true. That's a high number. I'd say 100,000 in every major metropolitan area in the country. Not like you guys would have known the difference. I'm having to explain this to you in the first place. It doesn't bode well for you assholes. But, did I say assholes? Good. That's what I meant. Just want to say healthcare is complicated, guys. There's a lot of industries. The insurance industry, the salaries of the doctors. There's all these things to take care of. The government just picked up the bill. Number one, they're paying too much. Number two, they displace other people out of jobs. Think about how many places you have to get referred when you go for a physical or when you say your shoulder hurts. The whole system is set up upon kind of people abusing the insurance companies, which is why they charge so much. It's broken. So for us to now pick up the bill of the broken system, when we go to other countries that have it, they have the single payer system. You know what we find? Mainly that they don't have really health insurance salesmen, first of all. So Geico, fucking State Farm, you guys need to start being the health insurance companies that share with Blue Cross Blue Shield and give them some of your auto policies to make up for the banging the people over the head. All right? What they require, we pay for everyone's health insurance. You know what else? Every employer in our country pays for a week off a year for mental health. Just go to a spa, relax, unwind, because it contributes to low stress, calmness, which contributes to a healthy lifestyle that involves low regular blood pressure, no heart disease, things like that have been known to cause death, but slowly and expensively. They also have things like physicals every 3 months, and they incorporate something, interestingly enough, called technology from Silicon Valley. It's the last thing that we make. See, while we like to focus on the apps that let us take pictures of food and fuck each other, they like to focus on things like health with their technology. Those fucking stupid Europeans. Go ahead, some girl will take a picture of her ass next to a hamburger and say juicy, juicy. Caption. Hashtag holla. Whatever the fuck you idiots are doing right now. Be embarrassed. Be embarrassed. Be embarrassed. I know that you're number one. You're number one. USA. You guys are number 17. You guys are number 34 in science and reading and math. And one in confidence. You're still one in confidence, which means you're kind of like Philadelphia sports fans. How they're always loud and fucking mean and, yeah, we'll kick your ass. But they never win. And everyone just laughs at them, and they throw batteries at Santa Claus, and they laugh harder. And then when the Eagles finally win the Super Bowl, somebody goes in the middle of the street and eats horse shit, and everyone cheers for him. Yeah, that's you guys. You're the guy in the middle of the street eating horse shit. Man, I hate to give Philadelphia sports fans any publicity on my show. Painful. But, guys, I hate to break it to you. You don't have to fucking like Trump, but you do have to admit, healthcare is a complicated thing. It is. You never believe how complicated it is. It's so complicated. Yeah, it is. It's not just the government footing the bill. And it's certainly, what I think he was trying to say is, sure as fuck isn't something for him to fucking be in charge of. And Obama, he's probably more appropriate, but still, both of them are guilty of this. Those fucking lobbies, pharmaceutical, right? Big pharma. It's one of the biggies, like big tobacco and the NRA. They don't really lose. They don't back down. Not to mention all the pressure you're going to get from the fucking doctors and all the fucking, unofficial unions that have been established. Imagine them acting like police when you're like, hey, cops, stop killing people. You hurt our feelings. We're not going to be your cops anymore. There's somebody getting robbed and murdered and raped. I don't care. You said we shoot black people. You do shoot black people. I don't care. I'm not going to fucking do my job. Imagine if doctors start doing that. Because don't forget, cops are kind of as American as it gets, so doctors would probably do the same thing. The country's a bunch of unresponsible assholes. Cleaning up healthcare is kind of like cleaning up anything. It's all become systemic. We are the united systemic mess of America. Let's talk about it. It's complicated.
It's complicated. Yes, it is. And, for many of those reasons. And we do need to think about people that sell health insurance, and we do need to think about the nurses, and we do need to think about anesthesiologists. They'll still exist. But, company I'd like to talk today, Ford, is this company that is looking at doing everything a different way. I love it. We're going to talk to one of their spokespeople. See, let me break it down for you guys. I didn't just get on here to rail against the South and fat people. The South just, I was really railing against Republicans and letting them understand something. You're afraid of paying for healthcare because you're looking at the overall number, and because, well, sorry to break it to you, the people that are my listeners that are Republican, you don't actually know what's going on. You just watch Fox News. So they understand, because lobbyists are in their ear and the fucking industry is in their ear, is how much fucking money that they're raping people with because of the pharmaceutical industry. For example, like there's this DNA test that you can get. It costs $1,000. I did it. And before you talk to the doctor, they can tell you every single prescription medication that jives with your system genetically or not. And it rules out 80% of medicine on the market for everybody. It's different for everybody, right? Pharmaceutical company doesn't like that. They like doctors to prescribe you shit that you don't need, that it's actually harmful for you, because they make money. And Republicans will back that up. Probably the Democrats too, because it's money, it's like big tobacco, untouchable, but not really. You tell them they can't advertise. You tell them they can't fucking have fucking things in magazines. You tell them they can't have flavored tobacco. You fuck with them, they gotta fucking put warning labels that will kill you on their thing. Well, they don't care. They have an addictive product. It's like doing that to fucking crackhead. This may kill you. He's like, I can't read. Who gives a fuck? Give me that fucking pipe. Like, so they don't really care, but you know. Um, so big pharma, another one of the fucking untouched. It's let me move on. NRA, another one. All kind of background checks, fucking warnings about the danger of guns, all the fucking press you get on the bad things and not the good things that guns do, right? It doesn't matter. We're a gun-toting, pistol-packing nation. We'll fucking still buy those guns. It won't affect shit. And Democrats, as much as they like to stomp about being against gun control, hey, woke people, hey, liberals, tell me last time one of your fucking Democrats, hey, when Obama was in office, tell me how many mass shootings we had. This Sandy Hook was under his watch, right? Did he fucking do anything about guns? No, he talked about it. He came out. They love to scream about how they're against it. Do you guys know that that fucking assault rifle ban was lifted under Bill Clinton? That's right. There was an assault rifle ban in place. Clinton lifted it, and then the vote to fucking ban them lapsed in about 2004, 2006, in that range under Bush. When I say lapse, that means it came up to Congress for a vote, and they did not vote on it. And it's happened about 20 times since. That's what the NRA does. But if the democracy is to work, you people are to stay informed. So listen to me, and I'll let you know those things when they're happening. I happen to be recording this from DC right now, so it's a good spot. They're in session right now doing jack shit. Is Congress in session right now, or are they in one of their recesses? Let me ask my producer. Doesn't know. She says she's writing something on the paper. I can barely read. I was educated in America. How would I know? Huh, good point. America's education system. You're next. I'm gonna fucking bash on you. But let's stick to healthcare right now. Um, so I was astounded to learn that Big Pharma has a lot in common with the powerful tobacco and the powerful NRA lobbies. Big tobacco, powerful. Big bullets and guns, powerful. Big Pharma, powerful. Everyone's in their fucking pocket on both sides. So let's unite over the fact that here's what we the people need to be suspicious of when Republicans and Democrats unite over anything. Because right now, it's so fucking divided, that should make you raise your eyebrows. Trust me. And in general, it's a good thing to do to trust me, unless you're gambling against me or betting me on something. Then I'm going to try to deceive you. Or if you're a woman and I'm trying to talk to you, then it's a bad idea to trust me. Women should not trust me. You have to be a special woman to trust me. I mean, anyway, I just got distracted. I was thinking about these 12 times. This, never mind. Um, so, uh, back to, man, it's hard to get back on track. All right, back to the healthcare. Listen, forward. This company has researched the fact that healthcare is complicated and that Europe pays for it. By the way, when you get your paycheck in Europe, it doesn't just say federal income tax and have a big number, it itemizes it. It shows you where every penny goes to. They don't do that on ours because it would astound you how much goes to the military and fucking subsidizing old people. Military, Medicare, Medicaid, fucking Social Security. And then there's like pennies left for everything else, like education. Like education gets as much as fucking, I don't know, like putting air in tricycle tires. At least it seems like it does. Um, so Europe pays for it two ways because number one, doctors are not millionaires; they're 400,000aires, which is fair. Doctors, that's not fucking make it like you're more special than you are. You know how many of you there are? My IQ is 171. You know how many of me there are? There's like 2,300. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's like 2 million in the whole country. But the thing is that at least 1 million of them like don't leave their house because there's some type of on the spectrum, and they're not going to be charismatic like me, and they can't make eye contact. I don't really know. I got lucky, but unlucky for you people. I'm going to expose your fucking asses right now. Europe pays for its healthcare system by using preventative measures in addition to keeping the insurance companies at bay, who, by the way, have lobbies just as fucking powerful as Big Pharma. And those two fucking forces are fucking at the fucking throats of the politicians. That's what Obama meant when he said, if I were to start from scratch, I'd go for a single payer system. Except we can't start from scratch. We have things that we have to deal with. No one knows what that means. That's what he means. Big pharma. There's a lot of jobs in the pharmaceutical industry, a lot of good jobs, a lot of good people, but they've also run amok of this country. And the insurance industry, same thing. There could be good intentions there. But the fucking thing is that if you reform healthcare the right way, it would be the same exact thing that happened if you reform military the right way. Our military is a fucking socialism jobs program. Sorry, Republicans, don't get mad. You just don't know what socialism meant. Tune into my episode on homelessness and go to the last 10 minutes. I rail on about it and stick it in your face to realize that you guys support it more than the Democrats. But don't worry, it's not a bad thing. Let me rail it down real quick again. Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, unemployment, the police department, the fire department, fucking EMTs, basically what the emergency room does by not putting health debt on your credit report. Um, so many things that I could keep going on about. Postal Service is not one of them, by the way. They fucking are self-sustaining. That's why you buy stamps. So let me shout out to the post office. All that weed you let me mail. Um, I know you're going to do it this week and you're going to not catch me. So, Ford, you're not going to like that. I'll cut it out if I need to get paid. So, what I want to talk about is that all those people and their jobs aside, Europe mainly can deal with it still because their healthcare system deals with people 4 times a year. That's quarterly. Every 3 months, they go get scans. They pretty much get a physical every 3 months, sick or not. And the Republicans don't start with that's my freedom. I don't want to put. Okay, you don't have to, but then you're gonna have to pay for your health care. That's what you're obsessed. Look, yeah, fine, okay, it's freedom, right? It's your freedom to not be healthy. You're right, but pay for your own health care because we don't want to fucking subsidize your fat ass when you get diabetes, fucking heart disease, fucking I don't know, fucking blood type is fucking rocky road, whatever else fucking happens to you people. Um, you're so fucking big, you have your own zip code. Um, so yeah, pay for it yourself because you're much higher risk. Go try to get life insurance when you weigh 550 pounds, you know, and smoke cigarettes at the same time. They'll be like, sorry, you're uninsurable. Why? Well, because it's a fact. You're going to die in 10 years or less. We're not insuring you. It's like a fucking book. You're taking a bet that fucking somebody won't get a concussion in today's game. I'll take a bet that they won't put it on the news tomorrow, but not that it doesn't happen. Anyway, so when you have preventative measures, right, then you're not having a reactive system, pretending like everything is just bad luck. Oh my God, do you believe the luck of that? No, not the luck. They can't, like, fucking stage 4. You ever hear the people that go to the doctor with a stomach ache and they fucking never check out because they had stage 4 lung cancer when they went? That happened to my fucking business partner's fucking sister, God rest her soul, this year. Or in 2020, I'm sorry. It was before COVID. The man's fucking dealt with so much. And me and him talk about it all the time. Like, we need to we told each other we're gonna fucking get on each other because when that happened, we're gonna go to the doctor. Neither of us fucking went and got physicals. Actually, he did. Fucking god damn it, it was me that did it. Fucking well, where I was at the time didn't have very good health care. Meaning Nova Scotia. Fucking Canadians. Let's skip that topic. Anyway, so we said we're going to take better care of ourselves preventatively. We're going to go to the doctors so we don't go in. In Europe, you never hear of anyone fucking dying of stage 4 lung cancer when they were diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. They get diagnosed much earlier. And you know what it probably involves? All the French people being told, stop smoking this fucking cigarette, stop smoking this cigarette, stop smoking this. You have stage 1 lung cancer. You have stage 2 lung cancer, stop smoking cigarettes. You have stage 3 lung cancer. That's how it happens. And that's cool. The government will pay for it then. Um, All right, guys, listen, we're going to go to learn some more about. Hopefully, I am humbly hoping to be one of the first people to approach this company and tell them that, I know how it normally works is sponsors pay you, and yeah, you guys are going to pay me, but I would like to do a lot of my shows, and I mean this, just like this one, where I talk about the issue that they've solved. That this was, and guys, like I said, put your politics aside. Obama and Trump, and going back to Clinton, this has been very much in the last, 12 years, and Biden, I don't know, in the last two, how much he's worked on it, but 12 of the last 14 years, presidents of the United States have been trying to figure this out with their entire staff. Um, I believe that when the Affordable Care Act was passed, if I had to guess, I have no fucking factual evidence of this, but Forward, I'm guessing, saw Obama has some barriers here. I mean, they're not political, by the way. I highly doubt that they take a political stance. They are a technology and medical company. They're like, you know what? Healthcare is a complicated issue. It's going to take someone with balls and ingenuity to get past this. And then the guy looked down. He's like, I got a fucking big pair. Sorry, ladies. It was a guy. Can't help that. It doesn't make me sexist. But, he had big balls. I just want to say that I want my sponsor to have big balls. That's it. And Forward has some of the biggest. And they're round, too. They're not those oval, almond-shaped balls. All right, Forward, fine. I won't talk about the shape of your balls. Let's talk about some things that matter. Like, all right, let's welcome Steve to the show. Steve, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Can you tell us a little bit about Ford, and tell us versus the traditional way. Picture all of our listeners are completely new to this concept, and and literally 90% of them will be. Um, they're used to calling a doctor, making an appointment, being told, yes, we can get you in 3 to 4 weeks. I'm bleeding to death. Well, we can get you in 2. Um, and coming in and sitting in the waiting room and waiting to see the doctor. So let's talk about what the process is at Ford.
Hey guys, welcome to Forward. We're a new type of doctor's office that's providing preventative primary care. We've got world-class doctors supported by the most advanced medical technology. Now, one of the really cool things about Forward is you can schedule same-day visits, there's no wait times, and we don't charge copays. So after your self-service check-in, then you're going to head back to our...
Oh, yeah, sorry to cut you off. We're at after self-service check-in. So you don't have copays or waits. So, guys, just so you know, we're in the middle of contract negotiations with some of we can't even say their names, some of our video platform providers. Our producer Lauren is going to be kicking ass on that by the end of the week, I'm sure. But until then, and we're going to try to get this episode up. This is what I want to make my first premiere episode. It's one of the hidden reasons I've been waiting to premiere the video version of the show. So you guys are gonna get to have him giving a tour of the facility like we're getting. But he just went up to these little pads. Looks like there's tablets that are built into a table. The reason you can see that there's no waiting room is, number one, the first thing he said is because you come in, you check in, and there's a sign right away that says this way to begin. It's because there's nobody that says sign in here and fill out this and fill out that. You register on an app at your house. You get all that stuff done before you come to the office, and then they get right down to business. It's because of the technology. And I believe right now you're gonna walk us back to the biometric body scanner, right? So let's pick up where we left off. You said we are going back, to the biometric scanner. I believe you're gonna say, right?
Biometric body scanner.
Biometric body
now,
scanner.
The body scanner's purpose is to track trends, monitor progress, but also identify health risks earlier. Here, check it out. So this is it, and I'm super excited to show it to you guys today. All I'm going to do is...
And hold on again, sorry. It's just for my viewers, it looks like a vertical television and a old school scale that you stand on to doctors. So he's going to step on this thing.
Step onto the scanner like so. Next, I'm going to tap into our demo account. I'm going to choose my sex. And what it's first doing is it's creating and building a thermal map of my body, and it's allowing us to see my temperature in real time on the screen, which is pretty cool.
Definitely.
And in a moment, the body scanner is just going to prompt me to take my left hand, just lay it flat here on the ledge like so, and I'm just going to slide it straight back towards the wall, just like the photo is asking me to do. It's literally showing like a... Now, what's happening is something called red light spectroscopy, and that's just light shining through my hand, finger, allowing us to see how my blood's actually flowing. First, you're seeing heart rate, but using that same technology, it's also able to measure the amount of oxygen in my blood, which is known as my blood oxygenation. So now what would happen?
Okay, so wait. Okay, I just saw your entire body and all your organs. So do we, and I love other technology. That so far we've been literally about 1 minute of the visit. You've checked in. You've had a body scan. It's like unbelievable. So skeptics, please know there's ample scientific evidence to show what he just did. If you don't know what those words mean. And if you wait till you see this video episode, when you saw it, just literally did like a full color X-ray of his body, and went from bloods to organs, and but we're not doctors. Do you get to see, doctor?
It'd be me and the doctor working together in our exam room, building a comprehensive health picture. And the first thing that we're gonna do.
So wait, sorry. First thing you're gonna do. It'll be you and the doctor working together, building. So after that scan, then you go right into the room to build the comprehensive plan. Okay. All right. So tell me.
And the first thing that we're gonna do when we have you in the room is we're gonna draw your blood. And generally, a lot of our members come to us and say, "Hey, I have to wait usually 3 to 5 days, maybe a week for my blood work to come back." And that's when we thought, why don't we just build a blood processing lab on site? It takes 12 minutes for the blood work to come back. And
So that's one of the other things we were talking about, guys. Healthcare is complicated. You ever Quest Diagnostics, all those places that you go to get your drug tests when you're on parole, like me. And I'm just kidding. I'm not on parole. Parole. What is that? Probation? Please, never heard of it. So, guys, healthcare. So, what are we at? We're not forgetting these people. These are things you got to keep in mind, because when you come up with something this revolutionary, it's going to displace things. Just like, let's say, did you ever go to a Amazon warehouse? You guys love Amazon, right? You all use Amazon. Everyone's like, immigrants are taking all of our jobs. I remember Andrew Yang talked about first time he walked into Amazon plant, he expected to see wall-to-wall immigrants. He didn't. He said he saw wall-to-wall robots. I went and visited one of the plants myself. It is a fucking horror show. There's a bunch of electric arms spinning around, doing 360s, picking up boxes, scanning barcodes. And, there are people there, but not as many as there should be when you see how many, 83,000 orders are being sent out today? What are you kidding me? How many people work here? 22. What? So they're doing 4,000 orders each? Oh, they're putting bubbles in the box? Weird. Robots to take care of the important stuff. Okay. Make sure there's no mistakes. Get it. So guys, it's just the world's changing. This is progress. Progressives. And guess what? Conservatives, your coal mining people that are out of jobs, have been proven to be the most trainable in the IT field. So guys, learn about robotics. Learn about this stuff. Learn about you don't have to learn about how to build the apps. Just how to be able to use them. You know how fucking difficult it is to go down in a fucking mine? West Virginia. I fucking love you, right? I mean, not really, but, let's pretend I did. I do empathize with your plight. I mean, a lot of the mining jobs, I met some miners. First of all, some of the coolest, toughest motherfuckers I've ever met. And they get to play with explosives, too, which is cool. I mean, these guys it's like those guys that go on those crabbing ships. You look at the percentage of them that get injured or die, it's absurd. And off topic, but police, one of the most dangerous jobs. Give me a fucking break. Those miners, if you ask them if they know anyone that's died in the mine, they're like, what, this week? Like, what do you mean, with explosives or like a cave-in?
What do you mean, from the black lung or what? It's like, you guys, I know when you pull your gun on somebody that's not ready, they might shoot back at you. But so maybe don't get in a high-speed chase with them. Maybe don't shoot at them. I bet you your death rate would go down. Anyway, dangerous jobs. So these people might seem to be the people that are, like he just said, Quest Diagnostics out of business. Your receptionist doesn't have a job. I don't know if Ford's going to be willing to embrace that as what they're doing. I would guess that being a technology company, they're going to talk about that they are growing it. Because I've run businesses. When you grow at light speed, you have one problem. You need good help. You would do anything for good help. You'll pay for good help. And trust me, if you were to invest in the stock, if the market wasn't so corrupt and all these other things, you're just going to say, I'm going to take a bet on what company in 10 years is going to be, just so you know, Bill Gates said that in the next 3 years, there will be 10 companies that none of us have heard of now that are as big as Amazon, Google, and Apple. If you combine all of them divided by 3, what their average size is, there'll be 10 companies right now that are just startups that will be that big in the next 3 years. Do you understand that? Do you understand Amazon became huge like between 5 to 10 years ago, and they started in 1994? It took days, but they were big, but to actually fucking win the arm wrestling battle that it was between them and eBay, in the 90s when that internet thing started, they didn't finally take their arm and turn it over and bam, win that arm wrestling contest. So maybe 2010, and finally it was Amazon for the last decade. So, guys, things change, but that took Bezos about 15 years to fucking beat eBay. He was hanging in there the whole time, and now we're up to almost 30 years of their existence, I'm guessing, and now they finally are ruling the world. 3 years? You're telling me there's gonna be 10 companies like that? 10? In what field? Every field. I bet you Ford's one of them. I bet you Ford is like, remember how Geico before the lizard? I bet you that's Ford. They're my bet, and I haven't seen every company that's out there that's a startup, but I'm gonna start looking. But Ford, because I believe healthcare is a huge issue. It's one of the ones we're so behind of in the country. Ford actually just took the balls to solve an issue. That's why I think that they're gonna have no problem being an exclusive sponsor. Because I'm saluting them. What they did it not only was innovative and required a tremendous amount of technological prowess. This was something that required brass balls, and they had to understand that the way to shake up the industry, because healthcare is complicated, assholes, for making fun of Trump, and asshole for voting for Trump, both you equally responsible. You know, for, it's they embrace that, and they're gonna tell you, I bet, in every way, shape, or form, where they do have jobs because of how the process is, and that's me guessing. But, Steve, I don't want you to talk about that now. I want you to get into blood scan, or analysis mode, and show us more about how you're going to take the average 3 to 7 day wait and turn it into what Ford offers. But we'll address the job things later as our relationship grows. That'll give you incentive to pay me. Go ahead.
What we do to make for a very clean and easy experience is we use what we call an infrared vein mapper. Check this out. Highlighting the veins in my arm, making for a nice clean poke for our medical assistants. Rather than guessing around, now they can just zero in. Throw it into one of these discs, have it processed. Again, I'm not stuttering, 12 minutes, guys. That's how long it takes. And you're actually sitting side by side with your doctor, reviewing your blood information, understanding what these metrics mean, seeing what's in range, what's out of range in real time.
Wow.
And if you identify an area of opportunity, well, now you're able to start building a preventative plan right away. Around nutrition, around exercise, monitoring blood work.
Okay, so I'm sorry. Let me cut you off there. Preventative plan. So basically, the way that this is going to revolutionize the healthcare industry is, like I said, healthcare is complicated. It's expensive in America because we're fat, fucking, unhealthy people, and our current healthcare system is treating the problem. Send the fire department when the house is half burnt down. Maybe they can put it out. Sure, they can put it out. Can they save the house so it can, just be moved back into? Oh, fuck no. They're going to have to knock it down, rebuild it. Well, you don't get to rebuild a human. You do get to knock them down, though. We put them in coffins first. So, just tell us about how, what you do to form this preventative plan. Sorry for cutting you off.
Monitoring prescriptions, a much more
Monitor prescriptions,
comprehensive plan rather than just reactive care.
Reactive
Now,
care,
the other
right?
thing that makes
That's what I'm
Forward
talking
really
about.
unique is our genetic screening. Right now, we have an integration with 23andMe where we're actually looking for different health risks, where we can identify things around heart, neurological, autoimmune, medication sensitivities, things like that. Based off of the risks, we'll have you come back in, and rather than the information being confusing and you not knowing what to do with it, we'll take it one step further, literally walk you through one by one of what everything means, what we should take action on, and then build preventative plans. Now, everything is going to live in your Forward app and on the big screen, and that's
Tell me about this app. So, like I mentioned in the beginning, you need it to before you check in, like all those forms when you go to a new doctor, you have to fill out, and seem to have to fill out whenever they tell you, and you have to sign a 70-page document. Forward, by the way, walks you step by step and make sure you understand what you're agreeing to. And they they ask, and this is the same thing. I said, this is how Europe does it, guys. This is part of healthcare, preventative and reactionary. Sure, if you cut your leg off, Europe sews it back on, but fucking, and I'm not sure if Ford. I don't think Ford focuses on that one. They're pretty much telling you that you can, like I said, they're taking a step. I'm sure that they will partner with somebody in that area eventually. But what they're saying is that we're not talking about for emergency room visits. Maybe insurance gets changed to emergency and surgical insurance, and then health insurance. And wait till you see how much of your fucking insurance is eaten up by just doctor trips and prescriptions, co-pays. How many times have you guys been to the ER in the last 10 years? I'm not saying that, and yeah, you're right, the bill is $40,000 then. I'm not saying that this will replace health insurance, but it's a damn good start. And there's plenty of people, by the way, I have the statistics on it, 50% of people haven't been to the ER in the last 15 years. 50% of people. And of the 50% that have, they have caught it a very minor emergency, which they were not released. That is 70% of the remaining 50. So that means 35%, 50%. That means only 15% have been there for a serious thing in that time period. 15% of people have been in the emergency room. What was the time period I said? In the last how many years? 20 years. So, that's something to think about, guys. Play the percentages here, and then there's a lot of innovative banking plans. And who knows? Like I said, it's complicated. This is taking a huge chunk out of it. If this can take care of 85% of people for every 20-year period, that's a fucking good start. Let's sign me up for this. Maybe have this in addition to your health insurance. Here's another idea, guys. Health insurance will become here. They offer you discounts in your health insurance if you go to the gym. This is a fucking non-monkey version of that. That's like a monkey fucking version. Like, go to gym, you'd be more healthy. We charge less. Yeah. Well, how about you get biometric body scans and have blood analysis every week if you want. By the way, Ford has no limit on how often you can do. You can just keep going like a maniac. Scan yourself every day. Scan my blood, scan my blood, scan my blood, scan my lungs, scan my brain. Scan me. No problem. You pay $100 a month. You got it. They're gonna lose money on you, and they're gonna probably refer you to a psychiatrist. But half of you fucks see psychiatrists anyway, and just talk to yourself while they say, interesting. And why do you think that is? I don't know. Why the fuck do you think that is? You're the one charging me, you cocksucker. All right, sorry. My question was the app. About the app.
the last part that I want to show you guys today. So I'm going to unlock my phone and check this out. So it's got a few different functions. So right now, what I'm able to do is ingest my
Man, Steve
genetic
has some
screening.
handsome hands.
I'm able to start choosing keywords that I want to text my
Look
care
at his
team.
fist.
I can also centralize all of my health information. It's now in my fingertips.
In your
We have
fingertips?
24/7 chat feature with a response time of 3 to 5 minutes. It's like texting a
No
friend or
preposition.
family member. And you can schedule same-day visits, phone appointments, or come in person. Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
that's it for today, guys. I'm really
Thanks,
excited
man.
you had a chance to
Me
stop by
too.
and kind of learn a little bit more about what we do. If you have
Yeah.
any questions, just shoot us a note in the post. Click our
All
link
right.
to learn more.
Thank you very much. All right, guys. So obviously, you know that I'm interviewing a advertisement here. And I did have a chance to tour Ford's facility. I am a Ford patient and or patient. I don't know what you call a member. And like I said, I didn't plug the product. That's one of the things I'm going to stand by. I will try product. I'll give it, however long I think is adequate for this one. I thought it was 60 days. So I tried this one right at the beginning. So I'm a little short. I'm plugging it, the last week of March. I tried the product the first day of February. So, all right, that's when I signed up because I had just gotten 1 month, about 6 weeks under my belt of good mental health. So I've decided now that I'm healthy mentally, my brain told me, why don't we take care of that physical health? And preventative at my age, approaching 40 and prime physical specimen that I am. It says USDA grade A prime beef right on my ass cheek. I figured I would, be a candidate for it. Never been sick, never been vaccinated, don't have COVID. But don't hate me. I mean, it's just not that I'm against the vaccine, to be honest. I'm not taking a stand. I just never got around to it. I mean, it's complicated. I gotta fucking walk into the pharmacy. I walk into every month to pick up my prescription and sit down for 2 minutes and let them give me a needle. That seems like a lot of work. All right, see, I'm admitting it. Stupid, Ryan. Or maybe not. I don't know. You guys still get sick with the vaccine, right? Still spread it. There's didn't account for the Omicron, and we can. That's a different topic. But I'm not an anti-vaxxer or a pro-vaxxer. I'm just a lazy guy, and I didn't wear a mask or do anything. Not because I was taking a stance, because I'm my own boss and no one tells me what to do. Very blessed to have that advantage in life. And, I was very reckless approaching COVID. I said, if it comes to me, I'll fucking punch it out. It's, my stance, everything, which is stupid, admittedly. Monkey stance, we call that, like ape mind. It's very at odds with the mind that you've grown to know. I understand this, but you're getting to know me. That's very much what the experience of knowing me is like. It's like knowing a very smart monkey. So, all right. Did I say very smart? I mean very, very smart monkey. All right. Let's get paid some more money. You guys up for another ad? Did I earn it?
All right, guys. Thank you for joining in today. I hope you enjoy the show. Again, obviously, I was interviewing a video screen that was recorded in a different spot. I did my best to give you a little fake interview there. But what I want to do to you is advertising is a part of how I make money. Come right out and say it. But I figure if I'm to make you sit through commercials, let's show you some fascinating topics. I'll make the whole show into a pitch, but it'll be my idea before they agree to give me a dime, so you know that I'm doing it because I believe in it. I mean, I'm not a fucking actor, guys. I'm not gonna go there and tell you all the things that they want me to say. I don't know what they want me to say. I tell you what I think I like about it. For all I know, they just want to make money, and they didn't think anything about solving the healthcare uh, crisis. I highly doubt it, though. I think that, like I said in the video, it takes brass balls to step in there and to come out and say, look, preventative healthcare is a big way to knock down actual healthcare costs, versus reactionary healthcare. And yeah, sure, it's going to take jobs from lab workers away and insurance salesmen away, and primary care physicians are going to be less vital. But you know what? we're never going to feel bad for people that are educated in the medical field because they can perform their craft in another way, just maybe not one that pays them as much as they were used to for doing as little as they were used to doing. I applaud this company. Forward. See, I'm getting good at saying it too. Forward. I applaud Forward. www.goforward. GoForward.com. Check them out, guys. Go type in Forward Healthcare on YouTube. Check out their videos. They've been around for 4 or 5 years putting out videos on YouTube. And them and a couple other companies that I really like the way they do business. I'm going to partner up with them. I'm going to, instead of what they call an affiliate program, which are a dime a dozen, I'm going to make this kind of a little pattern in the show. I'm going to have episodes talking about the people that sponsor me. So it's not them paying me for saying their name and you hear me reading a script. It's me pitching a product I believe in, much like I do when I actually promote Anchor FM. Even though Apple, Google, Amazon, Spotify, you wonder why those aren't the names that I'm, telling people because I want to brag. No, I'm going to tell you that Anchor FM is the best. The app is the best if you want to make a podcast. I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you somebody that pays me more is the best because I got my word and my balls. That's all I got. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, from Washington, D.C., you have a nice evening. You have a nice afternoon. And you have a nice morning. Take it easy. This has been an RX Smith production. Good night, bitches.